Most of us love chocolate. I know not everyone. There are some interesting individuals that maybe don't care for it. But for the majority of us who do, you may have noticed that it's quite the mood-boosting food. That is, if you have the right kind. Hi, I'm Jess, I'm a clinical nutritionist, and today we're talking about one of my all-time favorite mood-boosting foods, chocolate. Of course, we're talking dark chocolate. We're gonna get into what the best forms are later, so make sure you stick around for that. But many people are aware that chocolate does contain various health benefits. It's known to be heart healthy because it promotes blood flow. It has cognitive benefits due to flavonoids that enhance and promote brain function, as well as just various antioxidant properties that help protect our cells from free radical damage and support our immune system as well. But it's also known to be a mood enhancer, and if you're thinking that that could primarily be due to either the sugar or the caffeine content in chocolate, that is actually not the case. Chocolate or cacao has not just one, but several natural antidepressant properties. So let's fire through the top 3 of them. Number 1 is that chocolate is a dopamine boosting food. Once again, not because it contains caffeine, although that does give you a little bit of an extra dopamine boost as well, but because it contains a compound called phenylethylamine, otherwise known as PEA. And PEA basically helps our brain cells release dopamine and norepinephrine, which in turn acts as a natural endorphin that gives you that heightened focus, attention, and goal-driven behavior, which is why it's often included in nootropic formulations. This is also the same endorphin that is produced in the early stages of attraction and the feelings of falling in love. So if you have a bit of an anxious attachment to chocolate, just blame it on the PEA. All right, number 2, in addition to PEA, chocolate contains flavanols, epicatechin, and catechin, which are natural MAO inhibitors. MAO is an enzyme that helps clear out neurotransmitters from the brain, like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, which is why MAO inhibitors were actually one of the first antidepressants developed. They have a lot of side effects. They're not used a lot anymore, but there are some compounds that give you a natural MAO inhibition without the side effects, and the flavonoids that we are talking about happen to be one of them, which is super cool. And number 3, chocolate is a great source of the mineral magnesium. Magnesium is a cofactor and a coenzyme in both dopamine production, as you can see here on this chart, and serotonin synthesis. So magnesium is going to help you boost your levels of dopamine and serotonin, but wait, there's more. Magnesium is also super important for GABA production, which is our calming and inhibitory neurotransmitter that's responsible for making us feel chill and at peace. So chocolate is giving us a boost of endorphins and neurotransmitters that get our adrenaline going, but are also giving us a boost of neurotransmitters that make us feel happy and at peace. Some people are going to feel more of one aspect than the other, and that's where the amount and tolerance to reach that ideal feel-good state will vary person to person. So for me, I love dark chocolate. I generally have a little bit of it every day in the afternoon to boost my mental cognition and productivity. But if I eat too much, I generally feel like I have a lot of adrenaline that I gotta go work off. If you're getting value out of this video so far, then please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to support the content that I create. Back to the video. So now that we understand why chocolate is so awesome, what do we actually want to look for when buying chocolate? Because if we get chocolate that has either not a high enough cacao percentage, lots of sugar, or other common crappy ingredients that are in a lot of regular chocolate bars, it may not negate the mood boosting properties, but you might end up with other side effects like blood sugar crashes or acne that's not really going to make you feel like chocolate is a mood boosting food for you. So percentage-wise, you want to find chocolate that has at least 70% cacao or higher. I found that at 70%, there's still a good flavor and it's not too bitter for me. My best friend likes this one from Trader Joe's that is 100% cacao, and I cannot handle it. Totally use it in baking, where I've like cut it in other things and made it less intense with coconut cream or something else, but to just snack on, no thank you. Speaking of bitter, let's talk about sugar. I personally like chocolate that's sweetened with like a natural sweetener like stevia or monk fruit because it's less likely to have an impact on your blood sugar. And one of my favorite stevia chocolate brands is the very popular Lily's dark chocolate. They have lots of flavors, different percentages, but I actually like their baking chocolate chips, and that's because I find that the ingredients are even simpler than their chocolate bars. So like these don't contain milk or milk solids, which many of their chocolate bars do. Another brand that I love is HU or HU, Back to Human chocolate bars, and these use coconut sugar. While there are many brands now that either use coconut sugar or palm or some other kind of sugar, why I like these is because it's still a relatively low sugar content overall. So it's like 8 grams of sugar for a half a bar of chocolate. So if you're having like 1 or 2 squares, then the sugar content would be even half of that. So I will of course leave a link to both of these in the description below, but I want to know from you, what are some of your favorite chocolate bars or chocolate brands? Let us all know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, then you may also enjoy this video that is on my top 5 dopamine boosting foods. So hopefully I'll see you in that one.